Hey guys, no, lighting sucks, but I gotta see what I'm doing because you gotta prep and move along. La la la, la 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 la. Favorite part is doing the finishing touches. The devil's in the details, so you kind of wanna pay attention to the details. You don't need to pay attention. Take its time, but I try to do my best all the time, every time. So spraying technique was much better, but what you have to do is come back after initial, coat dries and smear out or spread out the little puddles, little pools that they'll end up being low, white looking later in the course. So. There's always a learning curve with each one of these. This is my fourth one, and I'm using all the little tips and mistakes that I have so far learned in this one to improve it. That's all there's to it, my friends. You just gotta do it according to you, and according to me, this decor is a very good way to conceal, not only improve the look of the tank, but to conceal all the plumbing, electrical, and everything, which I completely took out of the fish tank, and never have to worry about that type of malfunction. Like there isn't enough of emergencies to deal with, now and then. So 3D decor not only offers the unique and also transforming look, but a level of safety. So there's that, Instead of bare bottom, no substrate tank, which keep it clean, blah, blah, blah. What does that even mean? Keep it clean for whom? For you? Because the fish enjoys the poop and the dirt and the plants and the life in it. It comes with it, that's what it is. Not sterile habitat of glass bottom tanks to make it sound like you got a clean environment. My water is crystal clean. The environment's perfectly cycled, ecosystem at its finest with minimal maintenance to me. So there's that theory. Glass bottom things are easier to clean, easier to keep clean. You just have to keep on cleaning them though. I don't have to do a damn thing. Filters do a great part, and obviously, setting the tank up properly mean community, amount of fish you keep, everything. Feeding methods, frequency, all of that. Even what type of food you feed, because as you noticed, fake food can cause water spoilage just as quickly as natural food that could spoil, uneaten, whatever, unfinished, and throw off the parameters of the water and become poisonous to them or whatever, unlivable. So sure, you gotta keep maintenance and stuff, but that's maintenance that everyone has to perform. And I'm not talking about water brigades and water changes and all that crazy stuff that I hear about every day. Oh, change water every 3 times a week. What? Even once a week, in my opinion, is too often. But that's just my opinion. If you like to hustle up with the water changes and it gives you joy, then it's cool. But, what I'm saying is you can do without, especially when you have a lot of tanks and all other things, kids perhaps, to tend to. To each his own. I have simply employed a method of doing, what it's supposed to be done by biological design. Instead of me having to interfere with my human perception of what is nature, what it isn't. That's it. That's it for the ramble, my friends. I know that everyone's getting probably tired of my rambles, but it's the message that needs to be delivered. In my opinion, it's a message that's often is being, misunderstood by a lot of people that are in the industry, and they sort of perpetuate it and condone it, but yet, they don't speak out about it. And then, I get it. To each his own, I get it. But if you're looking or talking about animal care, stuff like that, you got to get past your own feelings and shit. So that's all there is. Don't get offended if someone tells you you don't know what the hell you're doing, because that often happens and it has to be said. Or someone gets hurt, or whatever, that's what's up, my friends. You gotta anticipate things, sure enough, but you can also learn from your mistakes and improve on the next phase, a plan, or whatever, which will just simply make everything more enjoyable, or let you do more what you're supposed to be doing instead of remedying problems all the time, because problems are gonna arrive. Well, we all know that we're not immune to making mistakes. Problems are gonna pop up all the time, and with problems you gotta have solutions, not dwelling on the problems. Because like I said, there'll be a few more problems coming along soon, so get ready. What you need to do is focus on solutions and how to, maybe even exploit the problem, so next time you can take it and use it to your advantage. Like in this case, I made the phone call, to my newfound friends. Aquatic Visions, Mark and Marco. I mentioned them before, had a quick clip with them. I gotta take a break. Anyway, I gotta tell you, I call them about the tank boss, and I'm thinking, shit, I gotta, try other places, obviously plan B, plan C, and so on. I found another tank for like $1,000, same thing, plus I gotta pay delivery, blah, blah, blah. They had this one delivered for a better price, much better price, like 30% less, with deliveries and all included. Set it up for me, set it in place for me, which was also a huge help with my back issues. Anywho, these guys are like, hey, I got another tank if you're interested and all that good glory. So, I really appreciate, some of the help. And I gotta tell you, what a relief to have this back in place, knowing that I can just get it up and running. Thanks, you guys. Aquatic Visions, 35-year experience in my area. For me, that counts for a lot, because I have 30-some years experience in carnivorous care. And they know, they saw the results too themselves. So they met my dogs, my cat, and everything. So I believe we make friends for life. So like I said, my friends, do a diligence to everything you do. Because in my opinion, the stuff I've seen, as far as piranha keeping or most predatory fish keeping, is close to sad. Like a freaking animal abuse. And then they're gonna tell me, whoa, yeah, my fish live all this life and all this length. And what is it supposed to do? People don't just die in prisons, they live out their lives to freaking old age. They basically care for medicine, food, blah, blah, blah. But what kind of quality of life is that? I would much rather live 50 years happy as hell doing what I want to do than 75 being miserable, locked up, but just kind of like day by day. Oh my God, never. So you get the idea. It's not just about feeding, raising. This isn't livestock. This is providing a full-on environment. I know, too much. Hey guys, quick update on what's going on in the cave. Yep, it's back in place, back to normal. Hold on, let me flip the camera. Here it is. I did some minor adjustments, but for the most part, it's all original. Yeah, you can see the difference in height. This tank is an inch taller, so this stump is providing extra spot for some maybe some extra plants. I've been settling back in. I have a couple test fish in here. But that's it. Zoo is happy about the tank getting back acclimating, so I'm really hoping to transfer the juvies from here and put them in their new home. Yeah, I can't wait. And then here we have the adults. I dimmed the lights down killed off some of the green algae. So in a couple of days I crank it up again or whatever, adjust it, but for now, so it's gonna stay, and piranhas are enjoying their new home. I've added some plants in there too and made some changes as well. And I noticed they're really acclimated quite well. They really love their home. So, see placos are cleaning off the algae already in the back. Hard at work, machining away. So there it is, you guys. The young adult habitat is now on the other side. And the new juvenile habitat is here. Back to normal. We're just gonna redo what we once did. So my method works, so I'm just gonna try the same thing to acclimate these new guys and make them less fearful of everything and better adjust to their new home. Alright. We'll let the water clear up too a couple days and then give you an update. Hey, what's going on, you guys? Just a quick update, as I mentioned. After introducing the juvenile rescues to the new tank, of course with Zulu's approval, and if you can see what Zulu's staring at right now, this dog. They are definitely well, acclimated now, and the barbarians, great help. And we do have one leftover native fish, a green sunfish. I don't know how long she's gonna stay in there, or if I'm gonna scoop her out one way or another, but she's in there for now. This tank is still cycling. I still a little haze in the water, but insignificant. I would say by the end of the week it should clear out to perfection. Anyway, the plants and everything else is helping along the way. I'm very pleased to have it back to normal with, new inhabitants now and everything else. As I mentioned before, the young adults are now on the other side. What used to be the rescues habitat. More on that obviously in the other videos, so check out the playlist if you'd like to know what happened and why, and how to perhaps mitigate issues and emergencies that you may come up with or be struck with yourself, such as a tank bust. Anyway, I thank you for coming. I appreciate your, stopping by. Please subscribe, ring the notification bell. That way you know when a new video is coming out. And till next time.